Okay, what's going on here?
Well, we came over here because we had no power over there.
Right. So right now we have 50 amp here.
So we connected to this 50 amp here,
Mm-hmm.
and we've got an adapter down to 20 amps
Mm-hmm.
with a regular household connection, but they're both fused.
Mm-hmm.
So if they overload, they'll pop.
Okay.
Now, we have this little welder here,
Mm-hmm.
and you can do stick, and you can do MIG, which is a wire, you know. Now, if you do just regular wire, then you need to put in some gas.
Mm-hmm.
But this is shielded flux core, so you don't need any gas.
Mm-hmm.
And we came over here to fix this.
Yeah.
Now, this here is a pipe that goes right there by the
Engine.
by the turbo.
Mm.
And this had a rubber piece here connected to this other pipe.
Mm-hmm.
And when we took it off,
Yeah.
there was a big old glob of rusted metal adhered to the pipe, to the plastic rubber pipe.
Mm-hmm.
So we took it off and everything. Took a little piece of metal here, and as you can see, I'm welding here. Then I'm going to have to grind it and fill in any voids in here. I've got this little piece to do here.
Mm-hmm.
But also, we have this 110 220 MIG, STIG, and TIG welder.
Yeah.
And before we couldn't get it to work, and come to find out, the TIG takes a lot of power,
Yeah.
and we connected it here. It works just fine.
Right.
Now, I didn't have the
Before we use with the generator.
before we used it with a generator, but it was only a 30 amp. The big one was 30 amp, and the small one was only 3. No, it was also 30 amp, but it was 3,000 watts, and the other one is 8,000 watts,
Mm-hmm.
and it just wasn't enough to drive it. Now I
Yeah.
plugged it in at home, and the plug that I connected to, I guess, was not strong enough because it was not working. But
Yeah.
I tried it here today.
It works
Beautiful,
just fine.
yeah. So I didn't have the gas connected, but it worked just fine.
Mm-hmm.
So now what I've got to do is I've got to do this, and I've got a assembly where the filter goes, big old thing like this,
Mm-hmm.
and that one here has a lot of spots that were eaten
Rust
away
eat
like
it,
this.
mhm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to fix that too.
Mhm.
So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna call and see if the guy that did the welding for me over here, see if he's willing to show me the settings on these things, and he can try it out himself to make sure that it's working good. And then once he sets it up for a certain thickness, for a certain gauge of metal,
Mhm.
then I'll just practice and practice until I can do that, because I've got another clip that I'm going to put out, but it's talking about that wind deflector.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, you can't think of anything, especially if you've never done it. And that's what happened. I didn't think of anything or everything, and it didn't work out. What I did, assuming that one side would be identical to the other except in the reverse side, and come to find out, they're not the same. And of course, we didn't find out until we tried to put the cover that goes from one side to the other. What happened was, the passenger side has an awning. So we put the mount further in on top of the roof so that it would have enough room to put that awning and line up with the edge going up and down the bus.
Mhm.
The other side is a straight piece. There's no awning, so the mount got put in further out.
Mhm.
Well, because of that in and out, when you put the mount down, the height is 1 inch difference.
Yeah.
So what we had to do is we had to take that one piece for the passenger side, add a piece of cardboard on the bottom to make up the difference, so it'll sit to where it'll be level with the other side, which means that we need to add a piece to the bottom. We already put the cardboard, but we have not put that piece that goes on top. So we have to do this, and then we can temporarily rivet that. Then we take the other one and trim it to match the two sides. And you know, if I want to save some money, we rivet that thing on there. But I would rather weld it. It looks better.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to practice with this TIG, and I want to weld it. So hopefully he'll set it up for me, and I can practice, and we can get that done.
Okay.
All right, let me continue with this, and then we will talk later.
Okay.
All right.
Good job.
Thank you. Okay, so there it is, guys. This thing is welded. And now it's ready to go. Now if there are any little pinholes, it's no problem because this is only air. And it's got that rubber thing on top with clamp, so it'll be 100%. All right. Next time we'll continue with the other one, and eventually we'll get
Thanks
there.
for watching.
ขอบคุณเจ้า
See you next time.
แล้วฟ้ากันแฮมไมนะเจ้า
See you.
บ๊ายบาย